And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, and I'm back with another video today. And today we're talking about the new content in NBA 2K21 My Team that dropped today. So if you're new to the channel, obviously subscribe, man. Drop a like, comment down below with what you thought of the weekend and the new content. Other than that, 2K did drop some new challenges with some new reward cards today. Something that we're going to be seeing every season, I think, which is actually really good. 2K has been really tight with the free content this year, which is surprising because 2K is usually not really cool with the free content or content at all that isn't buyable. So we got a new challenge. We got a Mike Conley challenge. Drop a double-double with 20 Mike Conley. If you want to do it quick, just go do a rookie domination game. Just get 10 assists, 10 points with Mike Conley. Boom, boom. Loop it in with some other challenges that you have to get done. Should be pretty easy, and you get some stuff done with it, too. But we got some new triple threat offline challenges. So we got Barnett, Chenier, and Clark Kellogg are the rewards. Not the greatest rewards, but getting them does come with a slew of XP challenges as well. Simple stuff, and they're all triple threat offline based. So you can do Kellogg's and Barnett's on the way to getting Chenier done, and on the way to getting Chenier unlocked in the first place. So Chenier is actually our first 1,000 XP challenge, which is pretty cool. It definitely gets you, on the right path to getting Dwayne Wade by getting all these done. So, triple threat, especially when you get to the point where I'm at 239 wins. Obviously, I should be way higher, but I just straight up don't play triple threat. And honestly, these challenges are really good because they're giving me an excuse and a reason to play triple threat in the first place. But once you get above 200 wins, the difficulty does go up a little bit to All-Star, which very winnable. But at the same time, the CPU gets a lot better. They play significantly better defense. They make a lot more shots. I know a lot of people complain about the Pro CPU, but All-Star CPU is no joke either. So this is the team I've been running for triple threat. I've won 6 games in a row. Solid squad. So I use Barbosa. He's probably one of the best emeralds in this game, period. Larry Sanders, who's just there to play defense and grab rebounds. And I use Cole Anthony. Now, the reason I use Cole Anthony, I'll get into in a little bit. But ideally, if you want to win games, you want to use a squad similar to this. The reason for that is it just keeps the overall of the other team down because they're going to match your overall as much as humanly possible. So you want a nice guy that can go down there, play defense in the paint, grab rebounds. You want a couple snipers. It depends how you play realistically. I shoot a lot of threes, so obviously I'm going to have a couple lower overall sniper guys up there. But if you're more of a rim running guy or you run a lot of plays and stuff, you can kind of play whatever cards you want. But if you just want a helpful hint, essentially, using low overall guys like this is the way to go. Now, you see Cole Anthony over there. I highly recommend running these draft Evos. The reason for that is just because 2K's TTO matchmaking, as far as both triple threat online and triple threat offline, still can't recognize Evos as the current level they are. They're always going to register as what they start out at least for now. It might be different on next gen, but on current gen for sure they still do it. So let's say you have a Sapphire Cole Anthony, it's still going to register as an Emerald, and that goes all the way up to Diamond LaMelo. So if you're using Diamond LaMelo, you're still going to get matched up with Emerald guys for the most part. Like I said, they could have changed that in current gen, or then next gen, but current gen is still going to be the same. Now, Cole Anthony, you want to have the Cole Anthony with the shooting upgrade, and the reason for that is he has great badges. Gold, flexible, gold range extender, no steady shooter, which honestly, steady shooter is a solid badge to use against high-level CPUs because they're going to play tight defense. But he's got really good badges. He's got Dimer, handles for days bronze. You can't upgrade any of his badges, so this is what he stays at. But at the same time, when you have a dude with gold flexible, gold corner, gold catch and shoot, and gold range at a Sapphire that registers as an Emerald, solid. Barbosa I've talked about before, but he has really, really good playmaking badges and shooting badges. He does have that gold steady. Like I said, it's not the end of the world with that because the CPU plays such tight defense that it's honestly good to have a guy with steady out there. If you don't want to use Barbosa, though, honestly, I would just recommend Derrick Rose is really good, especially if you're a rim runner. Daniel Gibson's one of my favorite point guards in this game. George Hill works really well. Just using a Sapphire or below guy helps a lot just because you're going to be getting matched up with cards that have, worse badges and to be honest with you, it gets kind of tough when you're running like 3 pink diamonds out there, because 2K is gonna match you up with pink diamonds. And more often than not, dude, they're going to match you up with the same pink diamonds that you have. Like, I can't tell you the amount of times I've put out, like, a pink diamond, like a Havlicek or something, to try to get his challenges done, only to be running into Havliceks. James Wiseman is another good option instead of Larry Sanders if you do have James Wiseman. I don't recommend going to spend 10,000 MT on James Wiseman, just because it's a pretty steep price. It's kind of what he's going for, in between, like, 8 and 10. But just using a really good emerald center like that, just someone who's a little fast, got a good body type, can grab rebounds, play defense, block shots. Onyeka Okongwu works really well as well. So does Obi Toppin, because he can shoot a little bit. He is a little small though. And just using low overall guys like this is just the way to go. Now let me look at some of the prices for the draft guys. The reason for that is if you can buy an already evoed up draft guy, it might be decent. Like, they are kind of expensive, so let's see what they are. No, not silver. Let's just check sapphire, just because that's like the perfect beginner tier. Yeah, I mean, they're a little pricey. Like, RJ Hampton's Evo is really easy, so I wouldn't recommend buying an already Evo'd RJ Hampton. Same with Killian Hayes. It just takes a little time, but you can do that with the Mike Conley rookie game. Patrick Williams is kind of annoying because you have to just get a dunk and unlimited, and it's just like super annoying to do that. Just run 5 out and just run to the rim. You'll probably get one. Grabbing an emerald's not a big deal though, especially like Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony, I think it's like 25 3-pointers to get the shooting upgrade, and the shooting upgrade is the one you want. And it's not just a TTO thing. Like, if you watch my limited tips video, I recommend using Cole Anthony. It's just he's one of the only sapphires in the game with gold range, and he has a nice jump shot as well. I don't know his exact base, but definitely helpful. Tyrese Halliburton's really good. He's got a little bit better facilitating and driving badges than Cole Anthony, so he works. He just doesn't shoot as well. So if that's more your play style, Halliburton's a really good option, especially because he's 6'5" and can handle the ball really well. For my money, though, Cole Anthony is one of the cheapest draft day cards as well, in addition to being one of the best. The reason he's cheap is because he doesn't have a high Evo. Like, he only Evos to a Sapphire, whereas everyone else kind of Evos a little higher, except for like Halliburton and another guy. So a lot of people just kind of throw Cole Anthony to the wayside, but to be honest, in my opinion, he's actually the best card in this entire draft day set for what he allows you to do when it comes to various 2K modes. Just because he's the only real true sniper at such a low tier as a Sapphire, which you're going to need, especially for limited runs and stuff. You can get it for about $950 as the lowest price, but if you want to go with like a Kobo or RJ Hampton for $900, I don't blame you. So I'm going to go into some strategies here. I'm going to start up a game and just talk about various things in TTO. Look, a lot of people have no problem winning games in TTO, and that's fine. But I still want to talk about a few things you can do and a few things to watch out for when it comes to TTO. I just want to make sure, like, you have to play 100 games, you know, and that's it to get Phil Chenier. Hopefully within those 100 games, you know, the vault opens up for you. Maybe you get some packs, maybe you get some other stuff. But as you can see, I'm using Sanders, Cole, and Barbosa, and I'm getting matched up with 3 currents, 2 sapphires, and an emerald. That's solid. The only reason I'm getting hit with 2 sapphires is because they balanced out Larry Sanders Ruby with 2 sapphires, as opposed to doing Emerald Ruby, which you'll run into occasionally. So, I mean, the team I'm playing against is quite beatable. Not only that, I have the definite size advantage. So Larry Sanders is incredible. Like, I don't think he's worth the price. So pick and rolls are a big part of TTO. Granted, they don't always work. As you can see, like, the detection is pretty rough here. Like, Larry Sanders has a great pick and roll, and I believe he has a gold brick wall, but for whatever reason, the CPU just kind of either dances around it or just doesn't set a good pick. That happens, but it's probably the easiest way to get 3-pointers in TTO. That and that goal range extender's deep. Doing a little step back like that, like I just did with Cole Anthony, just flick back on the right stick, step back, shoot the 3. The CPU pretty much falls for that every single time. Like, it's not even remotely close. Big thing with TTO is just you have to get contests up, because the CPU doesn't miss if you don't contest shots. Like, I'm not even kidding. They just straight up don't. There we go. Hit it. Splash. Just doing little pick and roll 3s like that with your 2 sharpshooters, especially having guys with flexible if you're not the greatest green machine, you know. It's important. But just doing little pick and rolls, little step backs, making sure you have a big man down there to grab boards, super important. Like I said, this strategy works best with lower overall cards, and the reason for that is just because when you start getting up to like diamond and pink diamond guys, everyone's so multi-dimensional as far as like what they can do on the court that it becomes harder. Larry Sanders is so good, dude. He's so fast, has great dribble moves, he just can't shoot. That's it. Other than that, he's elite at everything else. But once you get up to like even amethyst, but mostly like diamond and pink diamond tier, using guys like those in TTO, you're going to run into so many multifaceted cards that can do a little bit of everything offensively and defensively. It just makes it harder for you to do so. Especially on the defensive end, like the all-star CPU is unforgiving at times. But when you're using a guy like Cole Anthony who has, you know, badges and stats, obviously he can't do anything else but shoot and like run rim a little bit, but like as far as shooting wise, he has the badges and stats of guys who are pink diamonds and diamonds, you know. So you can definitely fuck up like a current day Paul or like Chris Paul with that card so easy, and Barbosa's no slack either. So using two guys that are elite sharpshooters like that with a big man like Larry Sanders who's fast and can move, it's a pretty lethal combo, and it should allow you to win most TTO games. And at least that's my own opinion. So, but realistically, the thing about TTO is just use whoever you're most comfortable with. Like, I recommend using lower overall guys because it just makes it easier. But hey, man, if you want to use Kevin Durant, Tracy McGrady, and like Dave Cowens, like, go ahead. Occasionally, you're going to run into a kind of a rough matchup with that because like they're going to put like Kevin Durant on the other CPU team and stuff like that. But whoever you're most comfortable with and whoever you like using is who I recommend using. I'm only making this video in case you get into some trouble, like you get stuck, you're losing a couple games, and you're like, you know, irritated, obviously. Using a team like this is not a bad team at all. Just go into freestyle before you even play TTO and shoot around with the cards you're going to use if you haven't used any of the guys too much in the future, or in the past. So that's kind of what I recommend there. Oops, I accidentally paused. But either way, definitely go for these challenges and definitely go for these free reward cards. They're free reward cards. They probably won't be the greatest cards in the world, but who knows when these things will come in clutch. Like, that's kind of what I've been telling everybody is you don't know when these cards are going to come in clutch. Like, there could be a limited run, there could be a spotlight type challenge where you need to use certain cards from certain teams, especially when it comes to like Pacers ones and stuff like that. So you never really know when these cards might come in clutch, and it's never a bad idea to get as many free cards as humanly possible because you just don't know when they're going to basically be useful to you. So plus all that XP that you get for completing all these challenges obviously is going to help. So with that being said, I hope everybody gets these cards, and I hope everybody is able to do that in a way that doesn't like destroying your soul by having to play the 2K CPU and getting bodied by them occasionally. And I mean, along the way, you're going to be playing 100 games. You'll be able to open the vault 100 times. Hopefully you pull something good out of it. Maybe you get Jeff Malone. Maybe you get the draft pack. Maybe you get a consumables pack. Maybe you just get some tokens and some MT, plus you're getting all the prizes along the way too. So it ends up being incredibly worth it. Like, I think I've played, 6 games? I've won all 6. Chenier should be good. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll be back with new content all day. Jump in the comments below if you want me to start the tier list. I was considering doing it. Other than that, check out the description for all my stuff, my Patreon, Twitch, etc. I'll be streaming a little bit this week, so check that out, and I'll be back with daily content. Peace.